before watching this video, just put your ass in the fridge. Just fucking trust me. If not, your ass will be... Hey guys, it's Creepy Rod, and where I'm from? I'm from Russia! Yes! 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 All Russians are animals. They don't respect anybody. They are not open-minded and can't understand us. Stop. Why people always judging each other if they know only the facts, but they don't know the reasons why other people are thinking another way, in the way which you don't like? Why? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's so fucking stupid. Honestly, with no fucking jokes. Nah, seriously. I live in New Zealand for like last my 3 years of my life, and I have a lot of friends who are African American, who are gays as well. And guess what? I respect everyone. And guess what? I don't give a shit who are they, if they're gays or African American. For me, every person is the person which I will respect. This is their own life, and you can't judge anyone. So, and you can't judge even Russians if you can't understand the reasons why they hate gays. How you call hate gays? Ha! Nice! I love it. Now back to our main thing. Before saying anything about others people, try to understand why they're thinking in that way. Why they have reasons to hate someone, as you call this hate. Why people don't like gays in their own country, but they don't want to kill them. Why? And the way how you must understand and be open-minded to others' opinion is called respect. Big secret. Respect. Yes! 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 Achievement unlock. New word. Nice! Now, the first reason why people think that the Russians is the worst country for living if you are gay. Why all Russians disrespect anyone if they are gay or lesbian or whatever. I will open you a big fucking secret. The biggest secret which you have never ever heard about. In Russia, not only Russians live. Imagine it. On this picture, you can see that in Russia there are about 150 different nations with different cultural background and traditions. It doesn't mean that and it means that not only Russians are living in our country. This is the evidence how big and wide your country. Seriously, if you're gonna travel in Russia and you're gonna ask for each member of different nations of our culture to fuck you, your pussy will be so fucking big, like enormous. You will have an opportunity to put your head inside your pussy and then become abandoned. Now, back to the history. Back to the way why people in Russia starting having the philosophy that gays are stupid. They have no opportunity to live in our world and blah 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 blah. Seriously, first of all, everything begins with the revolution in 1970s year of our history. Secondly, we had fucking Stalin and communism and Stalinism in our country. Do you seriously think that after the Great Purge, when everyone was just had a so big fear of Stalin, will say, yeah, let's respect someone else, let's respect other cultures and be open-minded. Yes, yes, we want to die, but we will be open-minded. Nah, at that time, people had so big, as I said before, people had so big fear and they couldn't understand what actually is right and is bad. We had so much propaganda, we had Great Purge. In addition, Stalin, I can't even see that someone is going to say to Stalin when, Stalin, you're bullshit. You're gonna die next second. What's the reason of this, of saying nothing? Because at that time, everything what people tried to say cost nothing. Because we had who? Right, Stalin. The second main history event which changed our mind how to live is Second World War. After the Second World War, there was no actually men in Russia. They were about 10% of the whole population which survived after the Second World War. And I don't think that people that time was thinking about being gay and lesbians. What honestly, 100% they wanted to survive, not to think about, oh, I want to be open-minded and have freedom in my choice. I want to be gay. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think so, because what the hell was after the Second World War? Our country was so fucking destroyed. Like honestly, our Russia was so destroyed. Like comparing with the pussy of the girl which I had sex before the recording of this. What the shit I'm talking about? But okay, we talked about our history. Honestly, we talked about how the way was constructed to think that gays are bad in Russia. But you can say nowadays what is happening with Russians.
Не, блядь, не, ребята, меня примешь. Это не полиция. Происходит, фанаты сборной Англии буквально спасаются бегством, хотя их намного больше. Вы могли видеть это в предыдущей нашей трансляции, сколько человек было здесь на площади, как они противостояли службам правопорядка. А вот посмотрите, сейчас из угла выбежали наши болельщики. Можете видеть их на экранах, это наши фанаты, которые, собственно, стали в защиту обычных местных жителей, которые попали в бежать.
Yes! Yes! What you saw is the sort of fighting between 100 Russians and 1,000 fans from England and France during the Euro in 2016. Yes! You can say that, oh, Russians are so aggressive. Russians only can fight, they can't do anything else. They are not open-minded, they're just stupid monkeys. Yes! Yes! And again, yes. We're a little bit aggressive nation. But the thing is, the fighting which you saw didn't start it because of the Russians. French and the English fans just started attacking and saying bad words about our president, about our Russian flag and whatever. And you can see here, when you start fighting with Russians, it's obvious that they are gonna protect themselves. Obvious, everyone is gonna protect themselves. But Russians are not gonna run away, because for Russians the best the best defense is attack. You can say that Russians are still aggressive, and you can ask me and ask yourself when the Russians were happy and not so aggressive. Trust me, they were. They were before revolution in 1970s, when Russians were so happy to help each other, when Russians were ready to make their doors be open for the whole night, and they didn't give a fuck about what will happen, because they know that they're in a safety place and everything is okay. But then after the revolution, when our Tsar and everything, when we had really weak government, everything was fucking bullshit. Everything. Like people were using our kindness, and that's why when you are using something kindness as a resource, the kindness is gone. So this happens with Russians as well. A lot of people just was using Russians for no reason. Stalin, Lenin. In addition, we had a fucking propaganda. A propaganda versus America during the Cold War. A propaganda that Russians is the best country. Russia is the best. Yeah. And imagine if you're 5 years old and you can't understand the whole world, how the others are seeing this. And you just told that, oh, trust me, my son or my daughter, Russia is the best country. You should live and stay here for whole your life, and you should believe in government forever. That was what was happening in Russia at that time. It's like basically it was the same thing as in fucking China or North Korea now. I'm not against Chinese guys and people who are from North Korea, but like Mao Zedong. As I said before, in Russia we have a lot of propaganda. The same thing we can say about religion, because we have so much propaganda of religion, with no jokes. Yes, Yes, what you saw it was the church against fucking Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. It's like honestly, it's better to go and like just say fuck PewDiePie than just go and say fuck Pokemon Go. What the hell? Honestly, and this is the evidence of how the propaganda and the government nowadays work in Russia. It's the whole bullshit. And people are believing in this because they're spending their whole time in Russia, their whole life. Everything is controlled by the government, according to newspapers, TV shows, and whatever. And you can say that, and you can argue that a lot of people who are lying, they're still on Russian YouTube with no jokes. There are a lot of people who are just lying for fun and for sure, like, oh, why not? Just say to bullshit, get some views and like more money. And this is true. Everyone is lying because this is the best way to survive in Russia. Nowadays, I think people don't have the real life. They have just surviving. And this is the reason why they just so easily controlled by the government, religion, and pressure of the history. And in addition, Russians are still a lot like Russia is so cultural country. Like fucking not fucking. I'm gonna kill it if I'm gonna say this. Like for example, Iraq, Iran, or the people who are taking Islam. We're just so religious, we're so cultural, and we want to save our culture, our history, and our background of our relative, because we are proud of what we did during the Second World War. And the thing is, but government and the whole bullshit is just using the people. They're just using their mind to like, for sure, for nothing. And that's the reason people are still kind in Russia, but they can't understand what is bad and what is right. As I said before, don't judge other people, just try to understand what makes them to behave like this, what makes them hate because you're just open-minded and you are free in your choice to be gay or lesbian or whatever. Just understand, it's not because people in Russia are angry and whatever. Yes, 70% of Russians are living in Russia, but we have a lot of nations which are linked to Russians as well, because we live in one country. In addition, we have oppression, as I said before. It's like, be not only open-minded, be respectful to the other people. And yeah, you can say that, oh, it's the worst place to visit for anyone. Maybe, if you are gonna visit Moscow as an industrial city of like making money and whatever. But if you're gonna visit, for example, some cultural cities, as for example St. Petersburg, just this is the real cultural city, which can called as a representation of the culture of Europe from 15th to 17th century. There are so a lot of places to visit, a lot of our art galleries, everything. We're a really cultural country. And in addition, a lot of people from America are saying like, and what? Like you can say right now, and what? Yeah, culture, but how can you argue that it's making the pressure on people? But understand that America comparing with Russia is so young country. It's really young country, and you don't have any pressure of history and relative which have done something for the country before. You're just living and building your country. However, in Russia, we had passed from a lot of bullshit, and with no jokes. We're not living like people in Europe. We not have the same life experience about sex, drugs, and whatever like in America. Yeah, LA, Miami, my dream, I'm coming. But anyway, we people who really just can't understand what is bad, what is right. And there is no point of judging us because of our propaganda. Understand us and try to open new doors, like new opportunities of thinking and seeing this world. And in addition, if you're Russian and just watching this video, understand that you have your own personal life. You don't need to listen to someone else, because if this is your personal life, what's the point of listening to others? Yes, you're spending your life for yourself. And if you actually don't like anything or somebody, just don't waste your time on this. We have only one life on this. Don't waste. Just live in your life and that's all. And this is the like what will be here next on this YouTube channel. So like there will be a huge contest with a lot of creativity and idea, which like I have no idea how to explain. And in addition, like, I'm gonna say what honestly I think about the whole world and whatever. And in addition, like, people who are from Russia can look at me so I can make some vlogs of how I live in New Zealand, because to be honest, New Zealand is a nice place, except maybe school, maybe, yeah, but don't give a fuck. So what I'm trying to say, before judging someone, try to understand the other person. It's called not only being open-minded, it's called respect. And live in peace and don't judge the others, because you have your own personal life. And if you're gonna waste on the others, the meaning of your own life will be nothing. Honestly, will be nothing. And in addition, who are you to judge someone else because of their free choice? Who are you to influence someone's other lives? You're nobody, because this is their lives. Your freedom ends when the freedom of the others begins. If you like this video, please share with your friends to make people more see about what is really happening in Russia and why people are behaving like this and why they hate gays. And if you're interested in what will happen here on this YouTube channel, subscribe, and yeah, have a nice day and peace!